leave it up to luck, this is dedication. Yeah, we in the winner's circle like we Katie Davis. And the class is back in session, get your education. Yeah, we getting paper, it's going down. When we in town, we ain't stopping till we hit the Triple Crown. When we get to picking, boy, you better listen. Deeper than the blood, this a family tradition. Y'all boys are in trouble, this the daily double. Call it like I see it, baby, you can bet on me. You can bet on me, yeah. You can bet on me, yeah. You can bet on me, yeah. Call it like I see it, baby, you can bet on me.
Daily Double Podcast. We're back.
We're back.
It's been a fun summer. We've had some great adventures, some really high highs and some low lows, but we made it through. Wanted to come on today to talk about some current events in the game and some current events in our Saratoga journey. We have some unbelievable Saratoga merchandise on. My dad brought me home this beautiful pullover, this little quarter zip. And then we have on the Saratoga's finest. Just this little polo here, button down. Where should we start?
Well, you know what? Considering we have on these marvelous Saratoga clothes, we should at least pay a little tribute to our Saratoga experience.
Yeah,
you know,
agreed.
You were there. I was there a long time. And I will say, the end of the meet, I was there the last 3 weeks of the meet. The last 2 weeks was perfect weather. 72, 73 degrees every day. I didn't have a bead of sweat on me. The horses all looked spectacular. The racing was great. I mean, Saratoga at its finest, classical finest. Really fine. How about you? How do you reflect on your you weren't there that many days. I wish you were there more time, but yeah, you had to do what you had to do. How'd you reflect on your time?
I really had a great year. This was the first time in a while I can remember going twice, which was cool. Being able to be there for my birthday weekend, and then going. That's right. Yeah, so being able to get 6 or 7 racing days. I think 6 days, which was pretty sweet. I enjoyed it. I was bummed a little bit because the weather hit us again this year. The first trip, and then the second trip, I felt like we got a little better.
Yeah, we got a little better.
We got a little better weather.
The end you would have went crazy for was amazing. It was amazing. Hey, I've been there 45 years.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's the greatest challenge, and it's just the highest quality. And you know what? Jockeys were walking through, slapping little kids high five, left and right. I mean, it was very good. It was a very good, classy place.
Definitely. How many days do you think you did this year?
I think I did somewhere around 20. I was pleased. I bought my pass, my season pass, and actually on Travers Day, it was $30 to get in, so I had a season pass and whatnot. Yeah.
Holy crap.
And whatnot.
That's the hookup.
And it was cool. I liked having that season pass. And you know Saratoga. You walk through the gates and you hear that little old Roaring 20s jazz band with the tuba and the bass, and they're singing "Ain't She Sweet?" You know.
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
Boom, boom,
It feels
boom.
It kind of feels like when you walk in there, you kind of walk back in time a little bit.
It does. I think they do that not only purposely. They know that this is the oldest sporting venue in America.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, 1864. Woo! That's incredible.
Yeah, it's just the best place for racing. Between the quality of the animal, the quality of the competition, the atmosphere, the energy. Not so much the food anymore. Kind of felt like it used to be the food, but now you just bring your own stuff.
Yeah, that's what we should do that more in the future.
Yeah,
anyway.
We should. We freaking
You know what
should.
I mean? Because with a little bit of effort from the bunch of us, we could make great sandwiches and bring a variety of great juices. We spent $100, with the group we have, and we're gonna eat good. We're gonna have a good time.
So while you were up at Saratoga, Dewey D and I did a podcast episode 2 weeks ago.
I saw it. It was great.
It was a ton of fun. We had a lot of fun. But for those that are wondering where you have been, it's twofold. One, you've been at the racetrack. We've been up at the campsite. But two, you were gone a little longer You're going a little longer than you bargained for. What happened? Give us the cliff notes.
You know what? I'm a sentimentalist. I'm a bit superstitious. I have a beautiful car called the Red Rover. It's a Super Beetle Tornado Red VW convertible that I love. I love the car. It's like not driving a car. It's like being on the boardwalk in some kind of little machine. Well, the car's been giving me some problems with the EPC light for months, but it's been fine. Twice I break down in Saratoga. Once going to the track, the car started to shake. Then it started to lose power. I had to get towed. I missed a day of racing. They fixed the spark plugs. A week later, the same thing happens. And it's like, no, I'm in my favorite place. And I'm stranded now with no car. I'm stranded. Now, imagine this. I call up on a Thursday morning. I'm nervous, hoping that I'm going to hear, your car is ready.
Yeah.
The guy says, we couldn't find anything wrong with your car. I got a 6-hour ride to Jersey. He can't find anything wrong with my car. My car was having a nervous breakdown. So he says, your car's all right. Lo and behold, I took the chances. I drove it home. I made it home, and I made it here tonight.
That's right.
So I don't know if the car is going to last very long. It might outlast me the way it's trying my nerves. But I would definitely say I'm in for a new vehicle soon as I can get over my sentimentality.
Makes sense. So, yeah, so there were some sketchy moments there where we were in between the car getting fixed to possibly selling the car to whatever, and I was just like, oh man, I got to get this guy back here because we got some episodes to record, and I know you were stranded. So you were putting in, I'd say, somewhere between 3 to 5 miles a day walking just to get some groceries day to day.
I'd say more like 4 to 8. It was like, and I had plantar fasciitis last year,
right?
So it was like it didn't start acting up, but my feet started to ache,
right?
And it was like,
it's not ideal.
It was kind of crazy. I was stranded in the campgrounds, but the people treated me good. And I had my guitar, I had my artwork, I had my books, I had my racing form, and I had my phenomenal support system. I got a great support system. And they had to listen to my phone calls.
Yeah, they were great. Each one came with a new fun update and challenge. I was like, oh, snap, this is going to be nuts.
Oh, God.
But no, that's fun. So, all right, so a couple of Saratoga highlights this year that I think would be worth touching on. One, our man Kendrick Karmouche and his year. Oh. It's crazy to think, how many winners did he have last year?
He had 9 or so last year. I think that's what we noted.
I think you're right.
Like 9.
And then this year into the 20s.
This year he goes 29. And I'm friends with Kendrick, and I said to Moo back in, I think it was June, I said, he was hot. He was hot in the spring. I said, Moo, let's shoot for 15 to 20. You know, we not only got 29 wins, he had a whole bunch of seconds as well with price horses, and he won 4 stakes races.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. And you know what, Josh? I tell you the truth. It raised his spirits even higher and higher, and that man was as gregarious as any jockey I've ever seen. He was saying hello to everybody. You know,
he's of the people, for sure.
It's just tremendous.
You know what was cool that I liked to see, too, was it wasn't just like last year. For instance, he had 9 winners. And I'd say of his 9 winners last year at Saratoga, probably 7 of them he won just getting to the lead on a horse and going wire to wire. This year, I felt like he diversified how he won races as well.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And it was just cool to see. Almost, I don't know if his mounts improved. I don't know if he improved. Maybe a combination of the both. If he evolved as a person over this year, or maybe a jockey. Maybe evolved with his connections improved. But just like an unbelievable job. So I wanted to congratulate you, Kendrick, on an awesome season, and I hope you carry the momentum through 25 into 26 and kick ass again in 26. Now he will have to face a penalty in the 2026 Saratoga season, which is wild. So tell the listener about this penalty that was came down on him.
You know what? He got suspended 5 days for his ride on, that 7-horse in the big race. I forgot his name. Phineas Fogg, I believe it was.
Phineas Fogg. He ran.
And ultimately, Kendrick made a mistake. When he came out of the gate, this is my recollection. When he came out of the gate, right to his left was the commander horse that Chad Brown put in the race to use as a rabbit.
Yep, to just get to the lead.
My guess was Kendrick overplanned it, and he said, "I'm gonna make a move in front of this horse."
Right.
And the move was just a little bit too close. I think it was he would admit it was a little too close. He told me he didn't hit the horse. But I think it was a little too close, and it caused problems. And Irad Ortiz fell off mind frame, and it was dangerous. Yeah. And he's going to be suspended the first 5 days of the 2026 Saratoga season. Which, I mean, I'd rather see him take the penalty right now than have to deal with it then. And he didn't appeal it and whatnot. And I'm sure he'd admit that. He cut it a little bit close. It was too much race riding,
So my thought process a little bit goes to, why would they extend it when it was a foul on the NYRA circuit? How could he not take a penalty like that at Belmont at Aqueduct? Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't understand the actual reasoning there. I don't understand it. I think it's why they're penalizing him worse at beloved Saratoga, because you'd rather lose 5 days at Aqueduct. Nothing against Aqueduct, but what has more prestige?
Sure.
What matters more? Where's the life at? It's at Saratoga.
Definitely. Here's a fun question that just came across my mind. You may have the answer, but I don't know if there actually is an answer, because I don't think it's ever happened. So take me back to that race. You were there. As soon as the horses collide in the front, what was the name of the race? I'm having a moment.
That was the Jockey Gold Cup.
Gold Cup, correct, for the older horses.
Yeah, $1,000,000.
When Kendrick and Phineas make the move over and come into the 6, who I believe was ridden by Dylan Davis, right? Dylan Davis, there's this mashup, and it ends up pinching Irad on mind frame, and just to his outside was the 5 with Santana, I believe, Zayas. On
Abarrio.
On White Abarrio. So if you go back and watch, or if you have already seen, Irad comes loose from the saddle, and at some point in the race is sitting on White Abarrio.
It was like they were there.
I think it was Zayas, wasn't it? Or was
Edgar Zayas.
Yeah, Zayas on Abarrio is almost falling off, and then he recorrects, and looks like Irad sort of just lowers himself to the ground, ends up hitting hard and needing to be taken to the hospital. Thank God he was okay.
Yes.
But just because it happened like that, here's my question to you.
Right.
What happens in a world where that exact scenario happens? Irad's bumped from the saddle, goes over onto White Abarrio just out of sheer reflexes and trying to survive, right? And Zayas falls off, and Irad hops on White Abarrio.
And White Abarrio wins?
Which jockey makes the money? You know what I mean? When they pay out the purse.
Oh my gosh. You would have probably the greatest anomaly in horse racing that ever existed. I mean, I'm sure there's been a few things that have been certainly out of the ordinary. That would be mind-blowing.
It would. It's an impossibility, but just seeing him flop onto almost the backside of the Abarrio saddle, I was like, what if he held on?
Well, is there a law that you have to finish that on the horse?
Yeah, right. Or yeah, true. Maybe the horse is just disqualified. Maybe if there's a shift like that, your horse is disqualified.
Yeah, probably so.
Probably.
Knowing the sport, with all its regulations, and don't get me wrong, I know it needs some. I'm sure there's something like that and whatnot. Oh man, and it's $1 million race. I mean, my gosh,
Yeah, it is. It's a big move.
And then, like I told you, he's lying on the track. He can't move. He hurt his ribs and he hurt his wrist. And I'm watching 3 guys running out trying to get him off the track because this is $1 million race and the horses are going around the bend. They got to finish the race. If he can't get up, they've got to cancel this $1 million race.
Yeah.
The announcers got to go, ladies and gentlemen, riders, stop riding. It would have been the first time in history you would have seen that either.
I've seen that before.
But not in a $1 million race.
Oh, no.
In the Jockey Gold Cup.
No, never seen that.
Can you imagine in the Jockey Gold Cup?
That'd be
How about
crazy.
if it happened in the Derby? It would be like,
Right, seriously.
Can you imagine the things that can happen? Or a gate malfunction. There was one track, remember? The gate wouldn't move. The guy couldn't move the gate.
Yes, they had to
They
call
had
it.
to call the race.
Yeah.
You know?
The tractor couldn't pull it or something.
Oh my goodness, the things that happen.
Yeah, there are some weird things.
Yeah,
that
it's
happen.
weird. It's weird, but it's the beauty of life. The ever changing. Every day new changes.
New changes, new challenges.
Whoever
yeah.
thought I'd be wearing a shirt like this? You know I don't wear shirts like this.
That's a set.
They
Looks
gave it to
sweet,
me.
though.
They said, "Here, Paulie, put it on."
That's awesome. Okay, how about another Saratoga standout? Ricardo Santana.
Oh my gosh! Listen.
I mean, geez Louise.
Let me tell you, this wasn't luck. This was not luck. Ricardo Santana beat me about a half a dozen times with phenomenally great rides, great timing rides. He won on 6, 7, and 8 to 1 shots like nobody's business. He had a few $20 horses. Karmouche had a $37 horse that I had.
Yep.
And Ricardo ran great. I mean, come on. 38 winners. What did he have last year? 20?
I think he had 17. I don't think he even cracked
I mean,
it.
a huge improvement. Now the question is like we're talking, will these guys continue the momentum into the next realm? I mean, there's subtle changes in these things. You know, last year it was Dylan.
36.
Dylan was
Had
like, and
36.
Dylan had a good year last year, but it was like, it was harder. And the other thing about Dylan is, remember, Jose Ortiz's stock moved up. I think Dylan lost some mounts to Jose Ortiz. Jose Ortiz was getting mounts from everybody. Joe Sharp, and all these other people. Joe had a good meet.
Yeah, he was.
And Jose had 52 or 53 winners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phenomenal meet.
He was great. He was great. Actually, we touched on it for a second. We probably shouldn't leave it in the dust. What do you think that they do with Mindframe? Given that this was supposed to be a classic prep, do you think they find another race for him, or do you think they just wait?
Woodward. I'd say at the end of, I think it's September 27th,
Okay.
there will be 5 stakes races, I believe, on a Saturday. I believe it at Aqueduct. The Woodward is about $300,000-$400,000 grade 1, about 1 1/8 miles. I'd say you got to put him in there. Get him back on track.
Yeah.
Get him back on track and let him see what he can do. But what's the ironic thing? I tell you on the phone. It was like I didn't like. I like Mindframe.
Yeah.
I didn't like him in the paddock that day. So I put Sierra Leone on top of 5 horses and whatnot. And I don't know if you noticed it on the replay, but Sierra Leone is the horse that stepped on Irad Ortiz.
Yeah, he lost some run.
He lost it seemed to me like he lost about 2-3 lengths and take nothing away from the winner.
Yeah, the Pletcher horse number 8. I can't remember the name either.
It was Antiquarian or
Yes,
or something, Antiquarian, I think. But he did run a good race,
He did.
And I'll tell you what, here again, you could do a certain amount of research and you don't always know what to listen to. That week, I'm reading all kinds of papers about the race. Pletcher says, don't overlook Antiquarian. This is the best he's worked out in his life. Boom, he wins the race.
He just wins. Yeah, it's crazy.
I should have had to try easy. I messed that up. I should have put Sierra Leone first and second anyway. But I don't know how Mindframe would have run. Chances are he probably would have run better than I thought. But he didn't look that good in the paddock that day.
Pretty crazy. I mean, I thought going in that he was the best 4-year-old in the country. I felt like he was going to run a good one. I did like him on the post parade. I didn't see him in the paddock, but like when he came out and walked around, I thought he looked sharp. But maybe he loosened up a little bit when he got on the track. You never know. But let's go out to California. Another big race went down in California. With Fierceness, Rapoli even went out and said Mindframe's the best 4-year-old in the country. Then Fierceness runs that big race.
What does that tell you about the state of athletics?
Yeah, any given Sunday, man.
Look what your girls' team did today in soccer. I mean, if they got beat 10-0 on Monday, today they win 6-1.
Yeah,
they look great. I mean, this is sports.
It is. It's true.
This is the beauty of sports. And you know what's amazing? Unfortunately, Nysos gets scratched with a foot problem. All right, that reoccurred. That's why he was knocked out as a 3-year-old. All right, that's sadness to start with.
Yeah.
We know the field stinks, so it's journalism against fierceness and whatnot. Journalism comes out, and I won't say it came out flat, but it kind of looked a little disinterested in being part of the race, just sitting in the back and whatnot, and fierceness took off from those inferior horses that he was running against.
Yeah.
Got a lot of confidence and went. He does run good in California, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Now, we thought that he potentially was losing it from the 2 races that were prior.
The Saratoga race wasn't good. It wasn't good.
It was
felt like he had
terrible.
every chance to make his winning move.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And here he is how many weeks later after that? Wasn't that long, a month?
It really wasn't. I want to look that up, actually.
I mean, and he ran off like he was like he was a Hollywood star. I mean, give me a break. You know? And unfortunately, here's my point. The race was a little boring.
yeah,
He takes
nothing
off.
happened.
Journalism makes his move, but he can't make a strong enough move. And what was the race? 2:01. What do we know about journalism? Journalism, in the 2.25 mile races that he ran, both of the races he ran right around 2:02. I can show you that, documented.
Yeah.
He ran right around 2:02. Here he is losing by 4 or 5 lengths, again to Fierceness, who runs 2:01. He ran 2:02 again. Maybe that's his MO, 2:02.
Sure, maybe that's just as fast as he can go.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and you bring up running overs on the West Coast. He did win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, him being
At
Fierceness
Santa Anita, right,
at
at
Santa
Santa
Anita. Then Del Mar, he ran in the Classic in 2024, came in second.
Oh, that's when he got beat by Sierra Leone?
Yes.
Yeah, he ran a good race there.
Yeah.
So he was familiar with that track, and that was a good time race. I mean, Sierra Leone worked to beat him that day.
Yeah, true. That was where is this here? Sierra Leone wins in the Breeders' Cup, right? Is that the one you're referencing?
You know what I want to ask you?
2 minutes,
let's go
3/5
back.
seconds.
Let's go back one little step.
Yeah.
Only because I read many articles while I was at Saratoga. I played the whole meet.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would hear trainers say the track's a little bit different. I saw more horses close and come back from a further stalk position than I'd seen in a long time, even in sprints. So I'm thinking maybe that track wasn't as favorable for speed horses as it normally was. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know how many horses went out and wired fields at that track. I don't know the numbers. But I saw a lot of horses come off and win. So if the track did change through the course of the season, maybe Fierceness didn't like that change. Maybe it was tiring for him. Maybe he didn't settle into it. I don't know. Because he goes to California, ran like he didn't even look like he was breathing
Yeah.
in that race.
That's true. He did win Travers and Jim Dandy last year at the track. I mean, if what you're saying is the track felt different this year to last year,
Yeah.
that's possible.
Well, that's what some of the trainers said. They said that they think the composite was a little bit different, that there was something different about the track. And we did see, like I'm telling you, on the dirt, not the turf. The turf, there was a lot of speed days on the turf. And closers on the turf too. But on the dirt, I would say there were more closers than normal. There really were.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There definitely was. I mean, I remember seeing some guy on the rail when we were there on a Saturday. It was probably by like race 9, and he's just like, "Is anybody won on the front end today on either surface?"
Yeah.
And we went through all the races all the way up to 9, and we were like, "No."
Yeah.
And then that race had a favorite, maybe 6-5, who was supposed to go to the lead and wire the field and ran like a dull fourth. And afterwards, we were both just like, something's going on.
Yeah, right. Well, and it may have had something to do with the nature of the track. I don't think they purposely change a track, but I think like any garden or any track, soil changes, things change depending upon weather and everything.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, it's hard to get that specific, but the racing was exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. It was. You listened to a little bit of Du and I talking about the jockeys, which you officially took down the first ever rendition of that. Congratulations.
Right on.
You did a great job.
How many points I win by, just out of curiosity?
I'll pull.
What do you think?
I'll
like
pull,
10, 15?
I pull you. You were up by 21 going into the last 4 days of racing, and I think that the margin stayed close to that. It might have ended up 23.5 points.
Well, in your guys' defense, I spend more time during the year because I'm a retired man, watching and playing the horses. I made one little mistake there with Dettori. In retrospect,
Who would you have taken otherwise if you can go back?
You know what? I went through my mind the other day with that, and I had trouble finding anybody.
Yeah,
I really did. I had trouble, but I will say I made the good choice. I knew Jose was ready for a big meet.
Yeah,
I was right on
pick.
that.
It was a great pick.
Then I'm friends with Karmouche, and I knew Mooch had a real good year and that he would improve, and he tries hard on every horse. In other words, some jockeys you watch them, I ain't saying they wrap up, but you watch Karmouche, he tries hard on every horse.
Yeah, he does.
And the other smart move that I made was staying with Joel.
Yeah.
Joel didn't have the greatest of springs, and there was a little bit like Rosario's not the same as he was. Joel had a good meet, solid meet. Joel had. So, and then look who else I had, Johnny V. Johnny V had 3 winners in a row last week one day. You know?
Yeah, John Velasquez, 16 winners, 20 seconds, 11 thirds.
Yeah.
That's a great outing.
And out of the percentage. And so ultimately, I had a good balance with those 4 guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you look at it here, you have Jose, he was 2nd. You have Karmouche was 5th. Rosario was 6th. Johnny V was like 11th. You got 4 guys in almost the top 10 of riders. You know, that's incredible value. I mean, for me, I felt like I didn't expect Javier Castellano to fall off that much. Not that I felt like he rode poorly. I just felt like he just didn't get the same quality.
He didn't get the same quality.
He didn't, which was interesting. I didn't expect that, and I expected. I obviously expected Dylan to get more mounts. I mean, again, it's really not that bad of a year for Dylan. He ends up going 21, 29, 28. Last year he had 36 winners, so it's still a good year.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
He had some beautiful rides too. Like I really got nothing. I'm not mad at it. I just think like the way that we set the league up, Dylan was a better 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
And I was forced to kind of reach for somebody. In retrospect, Irad, Jose, and Flavian ended up scoring the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd most points, so they were the correct points.
Exactly.
Now, if I was going to take the correct 4th pick on the board, it would have had to be Santana, and I truly didn't think Santana was going to win more races than Kendrick or Saez.
No.
So
15,
it was tough.
I figured him for about 15, not 38.
38's kind of freaking crazy. He was on one, but so we talked a little bit about next year, maybe doing 4 people in the competition. And maybe including a trainer as well. So we'll maybe think about that and tweak it a little. When you talk about, who else could I have taken in that spot? So here's some interesting things. You could have taken someone like a Christopher Elliott, which we didn't really know. I didn't even know he still had the bug and he was going to get some allowance with his weight. But Mr. Elliott had 116 mounts. Like, that's nice, especially when you go to Lanfranco. The Torrey probably had like 7 mounts. 6 winners, 7 second place, 16 third place. That's a great value pick at the end of the draft.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That would have been a good one.
I thought of him because I respect him as a rider, and but other than that, there wasn't really anybody else that was available.
No,
I mean,
you could have went Paco. He comes in and cleans up a couple big racing days. He would have been a better than Lanfranco the Torrey.
But you know what? That's why we can't have. We should go to 4. We shouldn't go to 5. 5, you're going to get something too diluted at the bottom. You're going to have to get lucky. It's like, you got to get the top 3. You got to pull up. You got to have the 3 of the big ones.
You're sort of saying next year maybe we do 4 jockeys and 1 trainer.
Yeah, something like that. I would do something like that. But either way,
cool.
You know what? It was fun because being the human beings and the competitors that we are, I would be looking at the winners and go, oh look, Rosario, I got that one.
Yeah, it's fun.
So it's just one of them, like playing tic-tac-toe or something.
Yeah, it was
you
fun.
You just kind of enjoy it. It's like doing a jumble. You
Yeah,
know?
it was cool. I
And
mean,
getting it.
even when I was there, like you're saying, I was there watching a race, and let's say I lost a race, but Lescano won the race, and I was like, oh, nice. At least I'm banking some
Exactly.
points.
Yeah.
So the boys, we talked a little bit, and I think next year we're gonna put like $50 or something in the pot, and there'll be, maybe we go from 4 guys to 5 in. We'll see. So more to come, but it was a ton of fun. We'll have an
I
official.
thought it was a good idea. I thought it was fun. I really did.
We have a championship post that we're going to throw up on the Daily Double Instagram. So you'll have taken down the first title, and next year you'll have to defend it. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what?
You have to come out firing.
Well, like I said, the good news is I follow horse racing.
Yeah.
So I got a feel for where people are going. I didn't know Ricardo was going to move. I must have missed out on something. Not even sure. Was he riding at Churchill? I think he must have been riding at Churchill.
I think so too.
But I don't follow Churchill all that close. But there had to be some indicator that he was coming into that. And you know what else gets me?
Yeah.
I'm watching, and here's the crazy thing. It's like, you know how much I love horse racing. So my mind's always working. I'm at the track, and my friend Nicky was there. And I go, Nick, you aren't going to believe this, but I can tell you the jockeys while they're walking away from watching their walks.
You can tell by their gait.
Yeah, so guess how I got Ricardo's? He's got something wrong with his right knee, and when he walks, his right knee's got a little hitch.
A little hitch?
I
What
go,
the
that's
hell?
Ricardo Santana.
That's great.
It was crazy.
That's actually really cool.
It was real though.
He's one for me that it just like we've never lined up. So it was tough to see. I always root for him to do well. I'm never rooting against him.
No,
but whenever
of course.
his name comes up, it just got a little like sour taste in my mouth. So I think I just have to get over it and stop being a baby.
It could change. If you hit a couple of his horses, it'll change real fast.
I mean, he had 38 winners. If I would have just rode the Santana wave this summer.
And how about our pal Katie Davis? Come on.
Jeez, man, she made this meet super fun and enjoyable for us from the podcast perspective to a rooting interest, and she just was so nice and with her time.
She's for
even
real. Katie Davis is for real. It's just what a character. She's bigger than life.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She had a mount in a big race. I'm trying to think what race it was. I don't know. It couldn't have been Monday because that's the day my car broke down. But I think it was Sunday. It was a big race, like 10 horses. And she was like on, I don't know, the 3 or 4 horse. Big crowd. I think it was the day they were giving away these puppies here.
Yeah.
And as she's walking around on the horse, the crowd start yelling for her. I mean, the crowd start yelling and cheering, Katie, Katie. And it was like for real. It wasn't 1 or 2 people. It was a whole bunch of people. And that's what she brings out of people.
Yeah.
And you will find someone who can get a response out of people like that is only giving it to them because she's giving it. That's what she's giving.
Yeah. Yep.
You
Definitely. I told some of the guys when we were up at Saratoga, I messed up on an opportunity to spread the word on the podcast a little bit because everyone was talking about Katie Davis when we were on the rail. I'm not kidding. Anytime she had a mount we were walking by, people to the left or right of us would talk about her. And like they make these little QR codes, which are like a little barcode, and you can have it printed out on like a business card or just on your phone. And it would have just been perfect. Like we had a podcast like with her, you should check it out here. And then they just take their phone out and it takes them right to it.
Oh man!
Because I had someone, I was there on the rail with a couple of the guys, and this lady was next to me, maybe in her 50s or so, and Katie Davis walked by. It was one of the times that she said hello, and she was just like, oh, like, look at her, she's so cute. I didn't know there was girl jockeys. Like, I'm gonna go bet on her, so it was like everyone loves this girl. Yeah. So yeah, she was a hit.
Yeah, bless her heart.
I hope she keeps kicking ass this season here with
She's
her
only
aqueduct.
got 1 mount tomorrow. She's on Mappy in the first race. She's got 8-1, 1 mount tomorrow. Give Katie some mounts, guys. Come on.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Also thinking about her sister, which I heard is, healing up, but taking a little bit more time trying to get back to riding the Jackie Davis.
A couple weeks ago, somebody told me she still was having trouble talking, and with her breathing and whatnot. I hope she's healing. I hope she's healing. Our blessings to her.
Yeah, I follow her social media page, and she posts a lot of positive stuff and silly stuff and talking about, on the road to recovery, can't wait to ride, like that sort of vibe. So I think she's doing okay, maybe a couple speed bumps in the road, but definitely you have our thoughts and good vibes and prayers that, you're healing up and do what you love to do.
Yeah, I'd like to add one other thing. Our cousin Jared in Texas, who had a brain tumor year and a half ago. He struggled dramatically. He watches our podcast and he likes it. And he's struggling. He's struggling, and we just want to send out to him our love and support. And we're glad you're watching, and we're thinking of you, and we hope you get better. From your pals.
Definitely. Hope to see you at the beach in Ocean City again real soon. And I echo what my dad said. Jared, appreciate you showing the podcast love. And we're thinking about you and praying for you.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Great guy. Awesome dude. Only lucky to spend a little bit of time with him a couple summers on the beach here on the Jersey Shore. But from what I hear from his cousins, from the Matt, the Dew, the Bryce, and just like a really, really quality dude. So praying for you, my friend. Get better. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So in terms of where we're headed next for this fall, I thought it'd be cool just to talk about like the plan. We have some pretty sweet guests, which once we're done here, we have to come up with like a tentative timeline for when we want to try and slide people in. Maybe do 1, 2 a month, every other week, something like that. It's going to be a little bit of a busy season for us because I just started coaching the high school soccer team here in my hometown, the girls soccer team, which has been a ton of fun. We had our home opener today against Highland, which is down here in South Jersey. My dad got to come. My wife got to come, and one of my good friends, Anthony, and a bunch of support from the town that we live in. And we went off today, a 6-1 victory in our home opener. It was a ton of fun. We had a girl score 4 goals, another girl score 2, a senior and a junior who are carrying the team and leading by example. So just a lot of good stuff happened. What did you think of the game today?
I love the atmosphere, first of all. We're out here in the country in South Jersey. No buildings around, just looking out at trees beyond this big, beautiful stretch of soccer field. I really like the atmosphere. And you know what I liked? I liked watching the girls being so involved. I didn't see anybody not paying attention. They were playing soccer, both teams. And that to me was joyful to see people getting into what they were doing. Your team, I thought number 10, Ellie. I thought Ellie was a superior player, tremendous player to watch. The whole team played really well, though, and it's a good start to the season for the home squad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you did a great job motivating them, you and Jason and
the team.
Terry Bodine.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? And they were fun to watch. I enjoyed it. I always love watching you play soccer, and I really enjoyed being there. And I'd like to be there on a nice sunny day too.
Yeah, we had a little bit of rain today.
A little drizzle.
Because I played growing up and then played for this high school now where I'm coaching. So it's a cool like full circle moment. Haven't played a game on that field since I graduated in 2009. And then today was the first day that I was there coaching. We've had some scrimmages and we had an away game, but this is our first home game on our home field. And the girls, they kicked ass, so it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm having a lot of fun.
Hey, Josh, do you remember? Josh was a high quality player all his life, and somewhere in his middle years, we had a tournament down in Delaware. So we had to go to his place in Delaware. There was like 4 games, and we're playing 4 games. I'm eating funnel cake and whatnot, and we're in this tournament, and lo and behold, I think thing ended maybe around 2 or so. We started early. We shot over to Delaware Park.
Of course,
And we
yeah.
got the last 6. I think I won 150 that day. But we went over to Delaware Park. What could be greater? Soccer, funnel cake, and then horse
And then some
racing.
horses. Yeah, I can't remember what the place was in Delaware. I can picture the facility.
Newcastle? Was it Newcastle?
Could have been
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah,
I
we were
drove
in
him
DP.
all over this area because he was so good playing soccer.
Yeah, I had a lot
Unbelievable.
of fun and definitely a lot of support. Scooting me all over the place to play for different travel teams.
Remember that
and
time?
everything.
One time I got lost, and
Oh, yeah, we didn't make it
missed
till
the first.
halftime.
We missed the first half of the game.
Yeah, I remember. Those are fun. Those are fun. Remember, we were like back in the day before you plug it in your phone and you're trying to find it on the map.
Exactly.
Yeah, or maybe like a map quest. But
it was something.
we had some fun. So we do have that. I'm busy with that mostly during the week, but we'll be able to resume our normal schedule here. And then baby due in December.
Yeah.
So a lot of good stuff. Baby is healthy and everything looks good.
Yes,
So
indeed.
December 7th is the due date. And yeah, so we're doing some fun stuff. We actually got to show you the room upstairs when we're done too.
Right
Because we've been doing
on.
some work with the room. But that is our plan for the fall, is just to continue as usual. Couple of fun guests. We wouldn't even have to preview them or tease them. You'll see these people drop. They're going to be a ton of fun from all over, between riders and trainers, people in the business, some friends.
Announcers, all kinds of people.
Yeah, true. That absolutely. So we have some good ones. Obviously, we talked about the coffee sponsorship, which is now in place. Just once we get a guest, we can kickstart it off. So we're going to have a sponsorship where my brother's coffee company, the Virgin Island Coffee Roasters.
Good coffee.
You had it.
Good
you had
coffee.
Yeah.
Smooth.
It's quality. The branding is also really nice. Their marketing tactics are strong. They take the people that come right off the cruise ship, and the first place you see is a little strip, and it's the one coffee place in the strip.
Yeah.
And it has just like the logo pops. The colors are really, really vibrant and draw you to it. It's really sweet, and I know, yeah.
And it's always sunny there. Every
It
time
is.
at least
It
every
is.
time he films it, does something.
Yeah.
It's always sunny in St. Thomas.
It's a beautiful place, and it's a really cool spot too. If you ever take the cruise down and you're in the Caribbean and it drops you off in St. Thomas for a little bit of time, you can go in and they show you how the beans are roasted. You can get, I think there's some blends, some hot coffee and iced coffee for portions of the day. You can test out. You can take the beans, they're ground up. You can just get the whole beans, the whole experience. So we'll have more information on them and what we're doing once we have a guest on, that we can hook them up with a free bag of coffee.
And don't forget, it's not that far away. Breeders' Cup. We'll be doing a special episode for the Breeders' Cup, highlighting the major races. We may have to do a double because there'll be great races on a Friday and great races on a Saturday. So we want to be featuring those because we're gonna kick some ass in those. We're gonna be ready for those races, and they're going to be some high quality races, some high quality racehorses in those.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what Sovereignty does. Have we heard anything about what he's going to do this fall? Is he getting one more in?
He's just going to hang out. He's going to hang out and follow the path of Sierra Leone and White Barrio, where he's just going to train him up to the race, have him fresh. And we know now what we just saw with Fierceness running 2:01. That's about what Sovereignty runs. Sovereignty ran 2 minutes, could have ran, maybe 2 minutes, 0.84. There's no doubt that some of these older horses, now Nisos we're not going to see. Fierceness looks to be the major challenge. Because,
to the older horses.
I mean, unless Mindframe could do something in the Woodward and get himself back on track.
Yeah.
Other than that, it Fierceness against Sierra Leone, against Sovereignty is good enough.
Yeah.
I think that's good enough.
Oh, how about you talked about Nisos. What do you think happens with Nisos? Because he had to scratch. But
I don't like it.
Is he in trouble now?
I don't like it. It's the same kind of foot injury that he had when he was 3 years old. And what happens with that is he's going to lose training. You got to come into this race a full boat, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I don't think Bobby would pushed it, if he wasn't.
I completely agree.
whatnot.
So I will say here, a small update on Nisos over on the West Coast.
What they say?
They have him now. This is not listed. There's nothing here from Baffert, but online on the HorseRacingNation.com, that does say that as of right now, he is a probable starter for the 2025 Goodwood Stakes. The Grade 1 is on September 27th of this month. Let's see who else is pointed for that race, because that's interesting. Right now, Right now, Mindframe is also a possibility for that race.
At Santa Anita.
That's at Santa Anita, which is
Oh, my
interesting. He's just
goodness.
possible. So
He could be also possible for the Woodward,
Right.
in New York.
Yeah, true. But that would be kind of
In
fun.
California, you never know. It's possible.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
There's
gonna be
a lot. Yeah, there's a lot there. A lot to it. We know that all these horses have talent, and whoever's feeling the best that day could probably win the race.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you could separate and go, okay, this is the best horse. We've seen Fierceness throw in great races. We've seen Sierra Leone beat him. We've seen Sovereignty do the great thing. I'm not sure what we'll see with journalism. Maybe they could put him in a different race because they see now that they might not be able to beat Fierceness or Sovereignty. So, I mean, I don't think Mike McCarthy would completely back out, but unless his training really motored ahead, maybe there might be another spot for him somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was another horse whose name, you know what? Name just hit me, who ran really well on the circuit for 3-year-olds, but then ultimately I think chose a shorter distance when he went to the Breeders' Cup and ran really well. Remember Palace Malice?
Oh, yeah.
ended up
Palace
doing
Malice
something
wound up
similar.
winning the mile with
Exactly.
Mikey Smith.
I wonder if this horse could run it a mile. Has he ever run it a mile?
I would think it's possible. I
would think so. I mean, what other race could he run in Breeders' Cup if he wasn't going to run the Classic?
I think it's that. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
But think about it. I mean, we're being objective here. We saw him get beat pretty good by Sovereignty and by Fierceness.
Yeah.
I mean, if he went to the wire with the horse, it's different.
Sure.
But I mean, he's gotten beat by these two horses.
Yeah.
Unless Mike McCarthy saw some major improvement in his training, or if the owner said, "Hey, we want to go in it no matter what."
Right. If they were like, let's just have him go in and give him his best fair shake. This will be the capstone of his 3-year-old campaign, regardless. And if he catches a piece, it's cool. If he runs the greatest race of the year, maybe he can freak out and
The
win.
amazing thing is you got a horse like this, and maybe he earns $6-7 million, and he maybe not even one of the top 3-4 horses in the country.
Kinda
so
crazy.
it
Kinda
shows
crazy.
you the bucks that are out there
Yeah.
for high quality horses.
Yeah. True. And just to go back here, because we reference it, so I want to let you know that journalism in his career has run a mile and 1/16, and a mile and 1/16. So 3 races: a maiden special, the 2024 Futurity, and the San Felipe, and he's won all 3. So he can rip the mile and 1/16 distance.
Sure.
I think he's a Palace Malice type. I think he would run unbelievably well. If they don't think they can win, and for instance, they go into that race thinking Nisos might be better than us, Sovereignty might be better than us, and now we know Fierceness is better than us. And Mindframe is, we don't even know what he's doing.
Exactly.
Maybe there's 4 horses that are just better than him right now.
It could very well be. Look, for ages, older horses for ages have been beaten 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
Now, on occasion, I was at Belmont Park. I forgot the year, but the great Unbridled, without Lasix, won the with Pat Day. I believe it was Pat Day was on him. Won the Breeders' Cup, and he was a 3-year-old at the time. Now, I still remember there weren't any great 4-year-olds that year, but usually in America, if you have a higher quality horse 4 or 5 years old and he's facing a 3-year-old, he's got a slight advantage. Maturity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
follow you there.
It happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens with the fall, the next month or two, and how horses shape up, come into form, try and peak at the right time for the Breeders' Cup Classic. I really like the sovereignty move. I think Mott does a great job of not pushing the horse if they don't need to be pushed, not having to go grab one more just for the sake of grabbing it, especially if he's training well and things are going well. I have the utmost confidence in sovereignty heading into the Breeders' Cup Classic. I think he can compete with the 4-year-old horses. I'm not saying I guarantee he wins, but I definitely think he's going to be competitive, like you talked about. 2 minutes, 0.84, basically 2 minutes and 4/5.
It's him right there at the wire.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. At a distance that he's proven he does well at.
Hey, you know what? Remember Flightline a few years ago? Unfortunately, there wasn't enough hype because he was a phenomenal champion.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of good horses those years. That particular year, he ran in a hand ride in 159 and change, and it was like we didn't see enough of him.
Yeah, it was a freak.
We didn't see enough of him. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. No, I agree. How about the debut of our intro song for the podcast dropping last episode? Wasn't that pretty cool?
Tremendous. Have you gotten? I mean,
we've gotten some.
Remember the one kid was dancing around the house doing all day?
Yeah, one of our cousin's son. So he loves the song, and she was playing it on the loop, and we're trying to get it into a Spotify download so she can play it from her phone. Yeah, he loved the song. So it's gotten some great reviews from when we posted it.
It's got energy, bud. It's got energy. It's got soul. It just it's a startup. It starts you up.
It does. It's exciting, and it sort of puts you in that headspace. Like, okay, this is it's catchy, and this is something something cool. We're about to check this out. So I can't thank my buddy Henrik enough for hooking us up with the jam. He did it for the pod that Matt and I did back in the day for the Spiked Lemonade. So he's just an awesome dude. He's on tour. If you like our intro song and you're like, this is awesome, he's on tour this fall. Henrik. Henrik. You can just go to his website, look him up on Google. He's up and down the East Coast primarily. And yeah, he's touring around and kicking ass. It's his show. He has like an opener. He's like the headliner. So pretty cool stuff.
Definitely.
It's pretty cool stuff as a hometown boy who's out there on the road, jamming out for a living. It's kind of sweet.
And the photographs were good too. Who put that together? You and Amanda?
Amanda, yeah.
Amanda
our
did
producer
a great
Amanda.
Job. I mean, those were great pictures of some great spots from where you and I were.
Yeah.
Look, we were near the lake, drinking the spring water, and just a great mix of the joy of what this has been for us.
Yeah.
And we're just thankful. You know what I mean? You've done a phenomenal job to lead us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's been a team. It's been a team effort though, because like I said, my wife Amanda helps with a ton of the editing and our posting and our reels. And then you bring the energy and you bring the intel and some. We've teamed up well with our guests, and as guests move forward, I felt like we did a good job with the Katie Davis pod because we were prepared. We had some poignant questions. We had some thought-provoking questions. We also had some heartfelt questions, and we had a little fun.
Lots of fun.
Yeah. So, and I think
made her laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was laughing with us.
Definitely.
And anything to get 3 people in a conversation and they're all having a good time, I consider that to be a good day.
Definitely. It's a great thing. And you know what it did too? It created another connection for us. So we're going to go to the track and enjoy this part of our lives regardless. But having connections and relationships and whatever with someone at a particular spot that you already love to be at is just a great thing. Like people that love concerts and things like that, and then they connect with people at these social events, and you know what I mean. You start to become comfortable. It becomes like home. So definitely enjoyed that with her.
Oh yeah, great lady, just great lady.
Yeah, Yeah, but so that's what we have here. We have our Saratoga roundup for this season. One of my favorite seasons. My first time ever going twice, maybe in a year, possibly. My dad ripped 20 plus days at the track. Should have hit 21 or should have hit one more, but the car let you down on the one.
I lost 2 days.
Oh, true. It is two.
I should have taken an Uber. On the last one, I could have took an Uber and it was like I was hard-headed, but it was a beautiful day at the campgrounds. And, I'm sitting there and I'm just in my bathing suit, the sun on me. I said, I'll just play it from here. But then the next day, I felt sad that I wasn't there for the last day.
Yeah.
But how about the last race? Let me just explain the last race.
Yeah, let's do it. I love this.
All right. So my pal Kendrick, he's got 29 winners. I text him. I said, let's hit 30. Come on, let's hit 30, right? He had hit one earlier in the day to get to 29. Last race of the day, all right? He's on a horse called My Sharona on the grass going at mile 16th, right? 7-1, the horse looks beautiful. I bet him 50 to win, 50 to place. I got a $5 exacta box. He's number 8. I got a $5 exacta box with Chad Brown's horse, number 5. Chad Brown needs this horse, number 5, to win so he could tie Todd Pletcher for the lead.
The title, the training title.
For training title, right?
Yep.
Moochie goes right to the lead. He opens up 3. My heart starts pounding. I'm going, come on, Moo. Come on, Moo. He's going around. He's got 3. He comes around the turn. The 5's moving at him. When I see the 5 moving at him, I can see Moo's got soft left. He starts pulling out a little bit. The 5's eating into him. Boom! Photo finish. The 5 beats him the last jump on the outside. Now, I got him $50 win in place, but I'm sick. Because if I get the 50 to win at 7-1, plus the $5 exacta, 7-1 over 8-5, I'm looking.
Yeah, probably 700.
Yeah, at least 700. Yeah, about 700 and whatnot. And what a way to close the meet.
Who beat him? Who was riding the 5?
The 5, I believe, was either, I think it was Manny Franco. Was it Manny or Dylan? It was either Manny or Dylan.
Gotcha. Okay.
Manny or Dylan.
Okay.
I think it was Dylan. It was yours. Yours, Jockey.
Yeah.
And it was like, now here it is. I got a car that won't dry. I got beat this photo. I'm in this beautiful place with this lake and trees. I got a pizza pie with half anchovies and half vegetable. I got a big bottle of ginger ale. I'm feeling great. My guitar, my artwork, my books. Bada bing. I lose this photo. And I'm saying, what? What did I do?
Yeah.
But I would never change it, bro. It was like, is to me, still to this day, I could taste it, smell it, and I would never change it,
It's kind of cool. It's kind of poetic, and it sort of tells the story of our meet in that we were all around it. We picked a lot of great horses. But there were some challenges, and ultimately we came up a little short sometimes. But just being there, just being at the track, just getting the drink from the big red spring, being there with family, one time being there with friends. It was really a magical summer. I can't wait for 2026. It'll be here before you know it. So who the heck cares?
Yeah.
Don't rush time. It's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Kendrick Karmouche. He's going to have to wait a couple days, unfortunately. He's going to have to wait till 6 days into the meet to get started.
I won't pick him next year because I'm going to lose 5 days on it.
Yeah, that's some value. Those first couple days
trouble.
is some value. He probably goes from 29 this year maybe to like 25 next year with missing a couple of them days. 5 days he wins maybe like a race and a half each day.
Maybe I could see if I can get him to ride the steeplechase or something. He looks like he'd be a good steeplechase rider.
That's true because he's more tall and lean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's true. He's not like that little Luis Saez, like that pit bull type.
Oh my gosh.
Or the Paco Lopez.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But hey, thank you to you all. You know what I mean? We're just grateful. I'm grateful for this guy right here who organized this. We're having a blast. And hey, you know what? Colonial Downs tomorrow.
Yeah, you tell
They
them.
start at 10:45. They've got 12 races.
On a Thursday.
On a Thursday. The first 3 races are steeplechase. And the 4th race is 2 miles on the turf. Can you imagine this on a Thursday in the month of September? This is like beautiful. This is the greatest country. Can you imagine that for a Thursday? Right?
It's unbelievable.
You think you'd be home watching Leave It to Beaver or something.
No, that's a throwback. That's a throwback. Yeah, the Colonial Downs is up to something this weekend, starting tomorrow, and I like it. And
Something's going on.
Yeah, something's rotten in Denmark over there at Colonial Downs. Yeah, but so Daily Double Pod, back in your life. This is episode Who the Heck Knows, 17, 18, and we're going to keep it rolling.
Thank you.
We'll see you this fall. Appreciate you.